Eu gravei bastante coisa nessas aulas, tá meio sem contexto, né? Agora eu tô aqui explicando, mas teve umas outras aulas também que a gente gravou, outros setups de luz. Vou colocar esses vídeos todos juntos e vou fazer uma edição só com isso. Alguma coisa eu tô explicando, outras eu aponto, né? Essa luz aqui, ó, tá indo pra lá.
Okay, ready? So don't say anything, just look at her.
A gente tá gravando uma cena com 2 atores aqui pra valer. Tá a Lila ali na câmera. Agora eu sou o cara do exemplo aí, ó. Tô aqui com uma luz aqui, uma aqui. E essa é a entrada do college, a gente tá gravando um diálogo ali.
And exit.
To a group and control multiple lights together if we had them.
That's pretty good there. So let's adjust the mark to there.
Hoje aqui a gente tá fazendo um exercício. Me afastei um pouquinho aqui pra gravar. A gente tá gravando uma cena com 2 atores aqui, ao lado do college praticamente. E agora pra valer. Tá a Lila ali na câmera. Hoje a aula é sobre natural light. Então a gente tá tentando aproveitar ao máximo a luz natural disponível. O sol acabou de ir embora ali, então a gente tem uma sombra e aqui a gente tem uma luz rebatida vindo daquele prédio ali, olha que interessante. Então o sol tá batendo ali, então se você olhar aqui, eu tô fazendo sombra ali, ó. Ó, ali é a minha sombra. Pera aí. Então eles estão naquela luz rebatida bem ali. Mais cedo tava o sol batendo aqui, tava interessante também, mas a gente tem que lidar com esse tipo de coisa na gravação, né?
You're gonna have to move the map box
Yeah.
I feel slightly different.
And left.
What the heck? You put plan B in my hair? Yes. Why? Because you were so mad about this guy.
Bom, e agora pra cena do close que a gente vai fazer nesse ator aqui, a gente precisou matar aquela luz que eu tava dizendo, olha, aquela rebatida do prédio tava muito ali nele, não tava legal. Ela ainda tá vindo aqui, então a gente deu uma assassinada nessa luz. Você vê que aqui, ó, eu tô fazendo sombra. Isso não é a luz do sol, o sol tá pra lá, ó. A gente tá matando aquele rebatido ali do sol que tá vindo pra cá. Muito louco, né? Então, nessa aula de Natural Light, a gente tá aprendendo a lidar com tudo isso. Quando a gente tá fazendo externa, é uma coisa muito importante. Maneiro, né?
So let's bring in our neg fill again, because we want to match what we did. Do you need a marquee tie? We've got the sandbag. Oh, for tie. They're going off each other. Yeah. Yeah. Ideally, yes, we would have 2 marks.
So now we are putting the negative fill right there.
Well, they're gonna have
the light's pretty much gone, but hi. Okay. And we are marking the position.
So you're still gonna exit. Our lovely floppy holders are gonna move for you. So you guys just exit this way. Okay? Alright, let's shoot this. Are you ready on the focus? Okay, and action.
I need to confess you something. Daddy, you can't just drug me whenever you want.
Yeah, something happened. You guys are not quite on your marks. So remember,
I think
we
the bag
adjusted.
It was.
And roll sound, roll camera. Camera rolling. And action. Just remember to be ready to pan and focus.
Daddy, this is so serious. You have stepped beyond your boundaries by drugging me. That's.
Fatty, take a little step to your right. Yeah. So let's try this again. Let's try that entrance again. And action.
I need to confess you something. What did you drug me with last night?
Patty, a little, you gotta land a little more to your right. Yeah, I know it's a...
I need to focus to something. You can't keep drugging me like this. I've had enough. I did this for you. I've been high for 6 weeks straight. Because you were so upset. I was upset, but I wanted to help you. You're never gonna be my drug dealer ever again. No.
Okay, and exit.
Your drugs are too expensive. Bye. Hey, come on, come here.
All right, I think we got it, right? Questions? So pretty simple lighting setup. We can hold this up for a second.
Bom, e agora para fechar o dia a gente está aqui fazendo uma cena na entrada do college mesmo. Me afastei um pouquinho, mas ela tá ali fazendo frame com a Molly. E a professora é essa daqui. Todo mundo aqui é aluno. E essa é a entrada do college, a gente está gravando um diálogo ali. Mais um exemplo, né?
Okay, and action.
Não, entregador. Oye, ¿para eso es tu coche? No, en realidad es con bicicleta, certo? Bicicleta, esa sí la entendí. ¿Entendí? Poquito. No, chavo del 8. No, no estoy indo.
David, take a tiny step forward for me.
Señor amiga, ¿cómo se llama? Okay.
And exit.
Okay, pues sí, todo muy bien.
Cut. Okay, very nice. Okay, action.
No me acuerdo que está bien, ¿no? No. Siempre el gato, ¿no? Oye, espera, ¿ese no es tu coche? ¿El naranja?
No, estaba viendo tu bicicleta.
Bicicleta, no, yo también vengo en bicicleta, pero desde las de Toronto.
Leela, we've completely lost you, so you're leaning a little too far, so lean a little more to the left. I think, Molly, yeah, you need to pan a little more right. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, let's cut. Let's reset it. Yeah, go. Yeah, there should be. It is. Actually, I think it's usually just this wheel here, that one. Okay, so yeah, just look towards the camera now. So I'm purposely look towards the camera, Fadi. There we go. So I'm purposely underexposing it a little bit because again, I want it to be aesthetically a little bit more moody. This is a bit more of like a sci-fi look, right? Yeah. So it's a very different look from what we were doing last week, but just to show you that mixed light can be really, really fun, right? But what I wanted to say before we add our backlight is, this is again just one setup, but you can use these exact same principles for all kinds of setups. So like I said, if you want that sort of cooler tone, either on the actor or maybe like I said, coming in through windows, and then in that case, I would balance like we're doing with our key light to the tungsten, and then I would have the light coming through the window.
We click on blue to reset, and then it's going to ask us for yes and no, and then we do yes. Whenever you open Cytoslink, it's going to look something like this. Usually what you do is that press the plus button and then create a new scene. Usually you just, to control this particular, like any individual light, you'll just select that light and a whole menu of, like a whole range of options will come up.
A aula hoje tá interessante. Hoje a gente tá aí, ó, criando uma iluminação com as luzes caras da George Brown, que a gente ainda não tinha permissão para usar, mas depois dessa aula a gente vai poder usar. Essa aqui, a nova, e a Titan.
Okay, so there we go. So let's just see how this is looking.
Estão aqui dentro. A Stera Titan.
Can you guys move the stand just to the right a little bit? Now, one thing I will say about the Asteras, they're awesome.
Bom, e agora a gente tá aqui no monitor, tá dando um pouco de reflexo. Só pediu pra diminuir a luz ali, diminuíram demais.
Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. We now have, something still looks really flat here. We have the dimmer setting down, and that's going to give highlight, but you don't want to point it right at them. Usually we would bounce it off of reflector, and just it has to be like a small.
Tô aqui com uma luz aqui, uma aqui.
Christine, also one question. I've heard that maybe you think that I've heard that sometimes they use a flashlight for the lights inside the eyes, something like that. They use a flashlight for the lights inside the eyes, something like that.
Flashlight, interesting. I don't think I've seen that. But again, I've seen like using what I just described, the bounce, and then putting a little.
Bom, hoje aqui a gente está fazendo umas brincadeiras, né, com o setup de luz, né, vendo algumas diferenças nessa luz aqui para imitar uma luz do sol aí, ó, que maneira. Aquela ali também bem difusa, né, batendo ali e ainda dando uma difundida aqui. E aí tá iluminando o nosso caráter. Então, eu gravei bastante coisa nessas aulas da Christine e tá meio sem contexto, né? Agora eu tô aqui explicando, mas teve umas outras aulas também que a gente gravou, outros setups de luz. E eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou colocar esses vídeos todos juntos, vou colocar uma musiquinha maneira e vou fazer uma edição só com isso. Então não vai ter muito contexto, né? Alguma coisa eu tô explicando, outras eu aponto, né? Essa luz aqui, ó, tá indo pra lá. Essa luz aqui tá fazendo isso, tá iluminando o rosto dele. Algumas coisas eu aponto, né? Outras, simplesmente eu tô gravando lá. Tem alguns vídeos que a Lila fez também, mandou pra mim. Então a ideia é só essa.
Camera rehearsal, often that's all we get. Let's reset and let's do take. Okay, ready? And roll theoretical sound, roll camera. We slate it, and then camera operator tells me when they have frame. So just call out frame also when you have focus. You're a little soft on focus. Be on our hands. So focus on her hands. You're soft. There you go. Use her ring. There we go. Ready? And action. So look up at her sooner, as soon as she comes in, basically. So don't say anything, just look at her. Okay. Okay, just do the pan up for me, Molly. You guys can stay where you are. And Leela, just look down. Just look down. Okay, ready? And a little faster on the camera, man. It's a little too slow. Ready? And action. Yeah, that focus. Okay, cut. Okay, something like that. Okay? All right, well, just to simplify things, we'll leave it as a locked-off frame, that final frame, so tilt down a little bit. It is harder once we start to introduce operating, but again, you guys can start to see how we're putting it all together, hopefully. Okay, so that's that. And action. A little too far to the left, Molly. I think we lost our framing a little bit. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that's good. Let's try that again. Just reset. Still rolling. Okay, and action. Okay, let's try that one more time. Reset. Land with your weight kind of more centered. Okay. Okay, ready? And action. Okay. And cut. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Okay.
So in this case, I'm just going to attach the safety chain to itself and then attach the clip part to the light so that, you know, if this goes, then at least this is attached to the grid, which is solid. Okay?
So we actually have two safety chains, yeah? We have.
Put the hand on the light, otherwise it's gonna fall. Like when you switch, because it's like this, right?
Yeah, you want to keep a hand on it until it's all fully. Right.
Drop down to connect to the ballast, so the ballast needs to come up a little bit more.
Okay, so once this is ready, we'll kill our house lights.
Let's move the ladder, please.
That's pretty good there. So let's adjust the mark to there. Thank you. Yeah, I want some like lighting under, but I don't want you to be scary and ominous. Okay. Now, does anyone also know, let me just recheck this exposure for a key. Yeah, that's pretty much F8. So right now our, so we're at F8 at 400. Our light on our subject is pretty much the same as the green screen. And obviously we can adjust that if we need to. But it'd be easier at this point to adjust our key than the green screen just because, again, we could rig it up to have all those dimmers more accessible, but it's rolling. And action, yeah, dancing. Have a great time.